Good morning. Good morning, everybody. We are in a trade uh, with the bot, uh, and the reason I turned the bot on a little early is our location here on the charts. Uh, we've had this uh, push down in the overnight, breaking this Asia low here, and I'm looking for us to go take out London's low and get down to the 25% DRT level. As if we look at the push down, we've been holding uh, between the 33 and the 50% here. Now this could go up and manipulate above range here to go up to the 50 and then fall. But I think the most likely option is for us to fall and sweep that London low first. Um, of course, I've been wrong before, so you know we'll just have to see. But that is uh, one leg, two legs. So I'm looking for that third leg down to take this liquidity and hit this DRT level, and uh, either possibly bounce from there, or if we hold below the 25, then we'll be looking to get back to get back to equilibrium, which would also uh, rebalance a couple of these fair value gaps that we made on the way back up, on the way up. Uh, so we'll see how that goes. So I'd say just go ahead and turn on the bot since we were below the 21 here uh, and below the 21 on the gamma X indicators as well. And it wasn't too long before I turned it on that it got us into a trade here on this bearish shift master signal. So we'll see how it goes. Oh, So not a whole lot going on till the open. Um, we do have uh, University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment this morning at 10 o'clock. Um, and that will kind of get us going. What did I do with that? Oh, was that what fell? Uh, yeah, there it is. Way back there. Oh, okay. No, no, we don't want to turn that one off. Let's keep that one plugged in. Take this one out. I love this one. Yeah, turn that down though, so we don't get tagged. Oh, oh, can't believe nobody's made a. I mean, it costs you what, $9 a month on Spotify to play your music. So why couldn't there be like a $20 a month business plan so that you could use actual good music uh, while you're streaming? Artists would make more, like Spotify would make more, and nobody would get demonetized for using copyrighted material. So, unfortunately, nobody gets to listen to my playlist. Wow. Or maybe fortunately. I mean, hey, um, obviously not everybody would be enjoying my music. I played a lot of different music, um, country to hip hop, Christian. And I'm all over the place with my music. Ooh, didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night. I only got about 3 hours, so More than likely, sometime today, we're going to be taking a nap. Oh, it's just time to open up the windows and take a look at this beautiful Florida day that's outside. Yeah, go open up the ones behind me as well. Alright, so I am going to take a little break and go fix my breakfast, but I will leave the charts up uh, so that everyone can watch the progress of the trade we are actually in. So I will return in just a couple of minutes. All right, we are back. We have breakfast. So, what is breakfast for me every morning? The same thing every day. Uh, I make a protein shake using either an Atkins or a Muscle Milk sugar-free protein shake um, with 1 scoop of Tony Horton's Power Life whey protein. Uh, and then I take my Balance of Nature, which is 6 pills, 3 veggies, 3 pills of veggies, 3 pills of fruits. I get my fruits and veggies every morning, every day. Um, then I take 6 pills of grass-fed beef organs that are freeze-dried, uh, encapsulated, because I hate eating liver and kidney, beef liver, beef kidney, all that stuff, pancreas, uh, spleen, all that. It's good for you, but I can't stand to eat it. Uh, so I take it in encapsulated form. Um, and then I take my relief factor 3 times a day. So that's 4 pills. So in the morning, I am swallowing 16 pills, um, but none of it actual pharmaceutical medication. Everything in here is natural. Uh, so that's my breakfast every morning. All right. And then now I can enjoy the rest of the protein shake, which tastes really good. Uh, Tony Horton's Power Life whey protein is a chocolate flavor, which is awesome. And I'll either mix that into a creamy vanilla Atkins shake or a chocolate muscle milk shake, and it's just totally awesome. I love it. Uh, let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay. So the Atkins shakes do actually have 1 gram of sugar in them. Uh, the muscle milk, I get the 0 sugar, being a diabetic. Uh, and even if you're not a diabetic, it's still good to control the amount of sugar you're putting in your body. Yum yum. Oh, we've broken above the 21 here, but we are coming into a 5 minute fair value gap that looks like it's not going to hold. So it looks like we're going to get stopped out on this trade. Uh, is what it is. Um, we're getting to the 9 o'clock hour, so we could go up and manipulate this range. And then see what happens from there. I love these little personal ninja blenders. Freaking great. This is my protein shake is the only thing I make in it, but easy to drink out of, easy to clean, nice and small. I don't have to have some big ass blender on my counter for it. Hmm. We have our Tradify account as normal. We have our Tradify account over here using pivot points and key levels, uh, which is just time-based liquidity. And then we have our Apex account over here that we're running on Ninja. Both of them are evals. Uh, we've uh, gone through a little bit of drawdown on the Apex account. And we're pretty much break even on the Tradify. We got a little bit of drawdown when we first started trading it a couple of days ago, but we're back up to 49,920 on that, so we're only $80 in drawdown there. We'll be looking to try to get that into profit a little bit today. Uh, to end the week well on that one. Uh, the Apex account, yeah, I knew we've only got about 1,800 in drawdown left on this one. Got off to a good start, but really, it was my mistake. Um, I knew that this week wouldn't be a good trading week because we had CPI numbers coming out on Thursday yesterday, um, and I knew I really just shouldn't have been trading till at least yesterday after the numbers came out. So that one was my fault. Um, that's where all of our drawdown came from because last week we were up uh, $4,000 on the week. Um, and actually, there we go. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and turn the shorts off there. And we'll see what happens. Uh, well, actually, I mean, I might as well keep them on. We might get a pre-market move to swipe that low before the open, but we'll see. Um, but that puts us down 345 there on that trade, and our drawdowns down to 1800. So um, I'll have to see what happens. I bought that uh, Apex account. Um, Basically, because it was 90% off. So it was really cheap uh, to use on the Gamma X platform to test everything on Gamma X out. Uh, and it's working really well. I do like uh, the indicator set, and the Autobot is working really nice. uh, so, all right, good breakfast. So 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock algos are about to kick on. Um, so we'll kind of see what happens there. We got some equal highs up here that we could sweep and get back to 50%. See if we rebalance these fair value gaps up here on the 5 minute. We're going to leave the shorts on and see if we can't get that initial move down off the open to sweep the London low and have that get us into a trade. So I'm going to take a quick break before the open, and we'll return shortly. All right, so we are back. Pushing up into that 50% now. Uh, Back up into VWAP. So I would like us, you know, don't mind a break above VWAP to get into these fair value gaps up here, but I'd really like to see a reversal and uh, see the 50% hold in the previous 4 hour uh, midline hold on that 4 hour candle to come and push down again. Um, but we'll see. Would like that to be our opening move to come back down now since we took liquidity from these equal highs and pushed into these levels to then come back and take out these equal lows and the London low. So we're just going to let the bot run this morning. We've got 1800 in drawdown, a full loss. Uh, if the trailing stop isn't kicked in at all, will be about $400. So that gives us four trades, pretty much, uh, 4.5 trades to catch something here. If we blow this Apex account, I'm just not really that worried about it. Uh, it was more or less just a test eval for Gamma X, and again, it's not the Gamma X that uh, caused the losses. It gives good signals, but you have to also know when to be trading and when not to be trading. Um, and we've incurred that drawdown because we were trading before the CPI numbers came out this week, um, which we knew we just shouldn't have been doing. Uh, should have taken Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday off with no trading, and uh, then come back after the numbers. We definitely could have made some money then, because yesterday when the numbers came out, we had a good move uh, to catch, and I have a feeling today we'll have some good movement as well, being the day after CPI, and then next week we have the Fed rates coming out. So early in the week we're going to have to be uh, pretty careful uh, of our trades. If we do trade before the numbers come out, then we just need to look for small targets and only trade at really good levels. So we've rejected off the 50% view up and the previous 4 hour midline. So, that's a good start. And we'll see uh, where we go from there. I would love to see us come down to this 25 DRT level. And the DRT levels are an ICT concept, and I take those off of the 4 hour chart. So um, let me take my pivot points, hide my pivot points from that. So a DRT level is made when we sweep a 4-hour low or high for liquidity and then immediately go take out uh, 4-hour swings to the other side. So if we had swept, you know, this high and then come down and taken out this low, we'd have another DRT level there. So what happened is we took out this swing, 4-hour swing low here for liquidity, and you can see, you know, the wicks took that liquidity, and then we shot up and took out this high. So this is now our 4-hour DRT level. Um, and it could change. It could keep going up, and we would have to keep moving it up. Uh, and what you're looking for is once the pullback starts, you're kind of looking for a pullback to come back to equilibrium, right? Um, and then move back up, which may happen today. This is why we had that fall off in the pre-market, and we'll just have to see if we can break through the 25 DRT level. But I would at least expect a tradable bounce from that if we get down to it. And what we're looking at, obviously, on the 4-hour, um, this fair value gap right here is uh, really interesting because here's our 50% of the entire move, which also happens to be line up pretty darn close, um, within 20 points of the 50% DRT level. And that's going to be fair price. So, you know, price usually seeks out equilibrium. Um, Now, this may not be our high yet. So if we come back up and take this high and then roll over, we'll have to move our DRT level up a little bit um, and pay attention to that 50% and look for price to come down there. Um, I don't know what the hell that. So, and being in an uptrend on the 4-hour right now, uh, below the 50% or tapping into the 50% is going to be uh, one of the best areas for us to trade from to take along. Um, Now we do have a really big order block here as well on the 4-hour. Okay, um, so we'll have to watch that as well when we get down there. But I don't leave those levels on my chart because the DRT levels, I know that the midline of that 4-hour fair value gap is going to be just below the 50%, which would give us a good opportunity to come down into discount pricing and then bounce. And our 21 is rising to that moment as well. So a pullback to the 21 at this point would give us that perfect opportunity to then start trading long. So we'll take that off the charts and go back to our 5-minute chart. 10 minutes to the open. Oh, All right. So push above 50% up to VWAP. Would love to see this reject from here for the open. We just made equal highs right there. Didn't quite, maybe tapped into that fair value gap by a tick or two. So we will put that one on the chart just to kind of watch it. Um, yeah, so we tapped into that couple of ticks. So excuse me. That's all that good stuff I have for breakfast tumbling around down there. So one thing I've worked on here lately, which has been really good, was my patience. And um, I play a lot of poker. Used to play a lot online as well. Um, and one of the one of the great online poker players, Ape Styles, um, made an EFT not long ago. Well, a couple years back actually. Um, and he had a Discord community, an NFT community uh, revolving around poker. And so I bought a couple of the EFTs, and I actually bought two that were in his personal collection that he sold to me, which was pretty cool. And I took those pictures of NFTs, and I had uh, little statues, plastic statues made out of them by a company called, oh crap, My 3D Selfie, I think it was. But they can take any picture and make a 3D figurine out of it. So I keep those on my desk now to remind me to be patient because the NFT were called pocket snails. And obviously snails move really slow, so they have to be very patient. So we have Spike here. Um, his spikes have worn down over time. They were a little longer, but getting moved around and everything, uh, they've gotten a little shorter. And then we have Gold Tooth here. So these guys sit on my desk to remind me to be patient. And if I go play poker, I take one of these guys and use it as my card protector at the table. Um, I had two of Spike, but um, Ape Styles was going to play the World Series of Poker uh, the year I had these made. And so I shipped one of them to Ape Styles, and he took it to the World Series with him to use at the tables. And he loved it. I mean, and great conversation started at the tables and everything for him, and he really liked it. Unfortunately, they went on break on one of his tables that he was playing, and he left it at the table when he went on break, and obviously someone stole it because everybody knows who Ape Styles is in the poker world, and somebody realized that. that he had left it there and they stole it. So he felt really bad. Um, he actually sent me, I think these things cost me like $100 to have made. Um, so they're not cheap. Um, and he sent me like $300 uh, because he felt bad. And I'm like, dude, uh, the reason I sent it to you is because I had two of them. Uh, you didn't need to send me the money, but really cool guy. Uh, so, a little interesting story there. Waiting for this market open in 2 more minutes. Let's see if we can break back below this 9 EMA and 21 and go take out that London low. Uh, if we can, I do believe we're going to be put into a trade. To the short side, so because shorts is all we have turned on at the moment, since the 21 is below the 200. Um, I will only turn on shorts. All right, let's see what happens here. Well, that got us into a trade right before the open, so let's see if we can't get that push down that we're looking for. All right, there's target number one hit, and we are in profit with the stop loss, so that's a good deal. I'd really like to see us come all the way down here to this mid Ganlide midpoint, take out this liquidity here, and hit our target for that one. So let's see. That is the sweep of the London low, and we have not quite gotten down to the 25 DRT level yet. Um, yeah, went back and hit our stop loss that was in profit, so I'm okay with that. Um, let's see what happens here. See if we make a 5-minute fair value gap to the downside, to be our first fair value gap of the day. Nope, we're gonna go right through that one. Come right back up to VWAP. Let's see. We rebalanced that that gap, but we did not invert it. So I kind of like to see what happens from here. All right, so we're going to look at our 5-minute orb trade here on our Stratify account. So far, that is our 5-minute high and low, unless we break it. So we'll go ahead and move down to our 1-minute chart, and we'll be looking for that fair value gap to break either side of the 5-minute range. And we'll move we'll move the higher range if we need to. So we're in another bearish trade here. Which I don't mind being in. Hope that first 5-minute candle push down is kind of our directional indicator and not just a liquidity sweep. All right, this is the last 1-minute candle. Then we need to start looking for that 1-minute fair value gap. We tapped into that first 1-minute fair value gap there at the 50% level. Really like to see that hold. No, that took us out over here. Okay, there's no fair value gap there. To the upside, let's see if we get one to the downside. Now, if this trade doesn't work out, I'll definitely be turning shorts off for a little while. But I do have, a short bias uh, for now. We're going to turn shorts off here. And make sure this candle closes outside of range. And it did not. I'll turn shorts back on here. Excuse me again. Well, there's target number one. And this looks like we're going to get our outside of range. Come on, get back below range. And we just hit the 25 DRT. I'm going to do that. I'm going to put my stop. We'll leave our stop there for now. I'm going to go ahead and close that trade there. I don't know with our DRT level. I'm going to turn shorts off for a minute. I just want to see if the previous 4-hour low is going to hold. I'm going to throw one more short here from this 5-minute fair value gap. If we get put in one. Oh, that's a 1-minute fair value gap. I'm going to take that back. Oopsie. Yeah. So let's go back to our 2-minute. That is definitely a bear elephant bar off the 200. Yeah, keep it right around there. I'd like to see the 50% hold, but yeah, no. Let's see if the 200 holds. Let's go back. Yeah, we still have no fair value gap on the 5 minute. Oh, that was a mistake on my part. Reading the time frame wrong. So we're gonna turn shorts off. Uh, mm, no, we're not. I'm glad I turned that trade off down here, though, even though it was a little bit of a loss. Uh, but no, that was actually still in profit for this trade because that would have come back and stopped us out for, even though the trailing stop was in profit there. So I'm pretty sure that was the case. Um, so basically a whole lot of nothing right now. Uh, we did sweep the London low. We have Asia high and London high up here above the 200, but that's not going to be far enough to pull the 21 back above the 200 over here for a trade. And right now, we really just don't have anything to trade. I like, I'm going to go ahead and turn shorts back on for a minute. I like the fact that we're holding the 50% and the 33% uh, of that overnight push down. So I'm going to leave shorts on over here. Our 21 is still pointing down. Um, so I'm kind of still liking the short side of the market here. After manipulating below the range and taking out London low, we still haven't gone back up uh, and closed above the 50%. So I'm, you know, yeah, I mean, since the open, we have not been able to close back above 50% yet. Not saying it won't, but so far it's still giving me a decent indication that the market is heavy. Um, And until it shows me something a little different, there's really not anything showing me that we can't go lower. So there is a little bit of manual trading to the bot um, with my strategy on, you know, what I where I'm putting trades, when I'm turning on the longs and the shorts, uh, and sometimes manually closing a trade or moving my take profit targets depending on levels on the chart. So yeah, I mean, we didn't have a really strong pushback up after sweeping that 4 hour low and the London low. So and we still haven't, at least not yet. We're getting back up to that 50% now. We are back above VWAP, and we are showing a little bit of strength here. Where did? Oh, I need to plug that back in. Oh shit. Okay. Uh, oh. I wouldn't even mind if it comes up to the 6.6 because now the 200 is in a downslope and it's right at the 6.6. So again, we did rebalance this fair value gap, but we didn't invert it. Uh, so kind of interested to see what happens here. Ooh, damn. Wow, that was consumer sentiment. 10 o'clock news. Hmm. Oh, all right. Turn everything off for a minute. Just not picking a direction yet. It is 10 o'clock, so actually it's been trying to push it up for the most part at 10 o'clock. We're getting back to. All right, I gotta leave shorts on here just because we're coming back up to the 200. Still holding that 50% pullback. Okay, I can get in short there. Keep my stop above the 200 and above the 66. We've had some really strong candles to the downside, and we're still holding the 50% pullback. The price is just having a really hard time going higher. '21 isn't an upward slope, but We are in another short. I'm gonna go ahead and bring my stop down into profit here, just above the New York Open. See if we can't go down and take out these lows. Oh, come on. Don't do that to me. Oh, come on. Damn it. damn it. I'm gonna miss that son of a bitch by a couple ticks. Shit. Thank you. Let's jam down here and hit this target. What the hell? You're not gonna let me move it? What do you do, bitch? I'm going to close this trade right here. That gets us $1 in profit on the Tradeify account, and we are right here at this 25. So if we're going to stay below the 25 and head for the 50, what I really need to see here is a fair value gap, uh, pretty much on the 15-minute chart. And if we can make that, then yeah, I can see us coming back down to equilibrium. Um, we're still in this trade, so I'd really like to see this fair value gap get made here uh, and hit this target. But this is also could also be the initial balance low because we're about to hit the 1 hour mark. Um, our initial balance high is up here. This could be initial balance low. I'd really like to see us break below that. We'll have to actually hit this target. I mean, I know this is high resistance because we're in these fair value gaps up here. You know, that's IB low. If we could break into this fair value gap, at least for a moment, I think that gives us, what's that, 594 or 954. Yeah, I mean, just to get down to this fair value gap would get us to our target here. And I'd really like to see that happen before we get stopped out. At least get one full winning trade today. If we could do that, then I would definitely be okay with calling it a day. All right, well, the IB low has been made. All we have to do is go down and sweep the IB low by just a few points. By like 10 points, and then we'll be at target. Ugh. Come on. Come on. You know you want to get down into that fair value gap. Oh, it's a brutal, brutal, brutal wait. Uh, break above the 9 there. Come on, you could break IB low a little bit more than that. Hoi. It just won't let me change that order. Hmm. Oh, come on. 9 and the 21 are flattening out in Ninja. Oh, come on. Just go down there and break it a little. Please. Think I could beg with the market to get it down there? Please. Oh, come on. Give me 10 more points. Just give me 10 more points. Okay, 13 more points. Let's give me 13 points. 15 points. 14 points. 13 points. Come on. 9 more points. Come on. You can give me 9 more points. Give me 9 more points. Come on. Get down into that fair value gap down there. That's all we need. Go get the liquidity in the fair value gap. Go. Go on. You know you want it. Go get it. Come on. Go get it. Go get it. Go. Go get it. You know what? Oh, close enough. Just close the freaking trade. I canceled that order. You better not buy 10 here. Alright, so we made $400 today, and that's a brutal $400 to have to make. I'm just gonna make sure that this thing doesn't tap into here and actually buy 10 contracts. If it does, I can close it immediately. Orders. Yes, it shows everything being canceled. It's just not off the chart. That's okay. That's a that's a ninja quirk. Yeah, I just want to make sure it doesn't actually put me in a trade before I shut everything down. Oh, I thought we'd have better price action today after the CPI numbers came out, but man, that was a brutal $400 to have to make. But I'll take it. I mean, we got our drawback down, or we got our drawdown back from our Tradeify account, or 50,001 dollars. We got a little bit of our drawdown back on uh, the Apex account, and ended up with uh, see, oh shit, it did buy it. Close. Okay. Whew. See, I'm glad I didn't just close the platform. All right. So we made $256 today, total P&L. Oh, and we have almost 25, almost half our drawdown to, available. All right. So I'm okay with this. Um, and because we're not getting any good movement on price action, I am not going to be trading anymore today. It's Friday. I'm more than happy to just quit the week right here and come back next week uh, and see what we can do with it. I am going to stay on a little bit longer. I want to see what happens when we start coming into these bigger fair value gaps down here. Um, Again, unless I see some movement starting to happen, um, I'm not going to be trading anymore. But I do want to just kind of hang tight and see what happens here. Um, so I'm going to take a quick break, everybody, um, and I'll be back in a few minutes. All right. We just haven't done anything else. We did get into that fair value gap a little. We did. We would have hit our full target there. That was back here. Yeah, we would have hit the full target, but we were close enough. It made that much of a difference. All right, cool. I like you. I like you. Still not going to be trading any today. I mean, we're not moving at all. We didn't make our fair value gap at 25. It does look like we're kind of holding it, but there's some consolidation waiting for the SMAs to catch up. Um, yeah, there's nothing. No real tradable price action today, so alright. Yeah, we made money, so that's all that matters. Didn't make a lot, but we made some. By the way, everybody, there is another Gamma X trader out there that trades the NQ in the mornings, and uh, that is um, shit, I got the wrong description. I got the wrong link down there for him, but I will fix that. Let's just go ahead and fix that now. Uh, oh, okay, there it is. That is Jet. Um, I will put him in. I will put his link to his YouTube channel uh, in the description below. There we go. Jet Winning Trades on YouTube, and I have put his uh, link down in the description. If YM isn't your thing, then go follow him. Uh, he uses the Gamma X platform as well, uh, and does a fantastic job. So go follow him and see what he does with the NQ. All right. Well, I think I am going to call it a day. As we did get about 45 minutes worth of down action there, but that's on the 15 minute. That is two legs down. So we may get another leg down in the afternoon to get closer to the 200 and head towards equilibrium. But I'm not going to wait around for it. I don't particularly like trading in the afternoons. I prefer to get my trading done in the mornings uh, before noon so that I can call it a day and go enjoy the rest of my day. So today may be a good day to go uh, to the golf course and practice my short game. Um, so I will see everyone on Monday. Maybe doing uh, a live this weekend just to do some chart markups, see where everything's at, some other assets. Um, I think next week will probably be a much better week to trade oil, um, at least until the uh, Fed interest rate decision is made. I don't know if we're going to get a whole lot of price action in the indices until that happens, but oil is always moving, so uh, we may go take a look at oil and see what we can do with it. So until then, everybody have a blessed weekend. Go out and touch some grass. Don't work yourself to death. And we will see everyone next time.